Hello everyone, welcome to Commerce classes. Now in the series of accounting in the books of purchasing company, we are taking up second problem that we have done for closing of books of the vendor company. Just take up the problem again, just go through this. We are given the balance sheets of X Limited and Y Limited. Their share capitals are given. Reserve and surplus includes general reserve, capital reserve, surplus and one more export profit reserve. Now we must remember there are certain reserves which are statutorily required to be maintained for certain time span, and export profit reserve falls in that category. So it's a statutory reserve. Now if a company is to keep on getting the benefits under tax laws, they need to maintain this reserve for the stipulated time period. So if this X Limited is being taken over by Y Limited, then Y Limited needs to maintain this reserve in their own books. That we must be very clear of in the very beginning. Then we have debentures, liabilities, bills payable, creditors. In the assets, we have tangible assets, we have intangibles, current assets, inventories, trade receivables, cash and cash equivalent and other preliminary expenses, which is a loss. Now we are given X Limited is being taken over by Y Limited. So our purchasing company is Y Limited and they are to continue with the business, with the joint assets. So Y Limited will be taking up X Limited's assets and liabilities. The terms are, it is to issue shares to redeem preference shares at 10% premium, equity shares to equity shareholders, 10,000 shares at par. Then you are given debentures are converted into equal number of 12% debentures. So they will be taking over debentures and then repaying them through fresh debentures. Cost of liquidation of X Limited is borne by Y Limited. So this is another thing that Y Limited is spending. For taking over business, Y Limited valued its land and building at 40,000, plant and machinery 1 lakh, furniture 3,000. So these are the values of the assets being taken over. So they will take up these assets at this value. Further, debtors of Y Limited includes 2,000 receivables. So this is a common debt which needs to be cancelled by the purchasing company. Out of this, stock of 1,000 is still unsold with X Limited. Now this is common stock. Now common stock, whenever it is given in the problem, its unrealized profit is to be cancelled. But it is done at two different places. Either it is cancelled from the stock when we are getting the stock, that is in the entry of acquiring all assets and liabilities, and another is when the profit is cancelled out of the available stock of the purchasing company after taking over the business. So now we are to see which type of stock is this. Now this is the stock lying with X Limited. It means that X Limited, that is the company which is going under liquidation, they are having this stock once sold by purchasing company Y Limited. And now when the business is being taken over, Y Limited is going to get its stock back. So when Y Limited is recording stock in its books, they are to cancel unrealized profit. So when you get your stock back, your common stock is coming back to the purchasing company, then profit is cancelled while recording the stock. So herein this unrealized profit on this will be cancelled while acquiring all the assets. And right here we can calculate the amount of unrealized profit also. Stock of 1,000 is unsold and rate of profit is 20% on sale. That means unrealized profit is 20% of sale, and sale is 1,000 rupees of stock. So 200 rupees is the unrealized profit that we are to cancel. Further, bills payable includes 1,000 rupees of bills payable to Y Limited. Now if X Limited is to pay bills to Y Limited, it means Y Limited should also have the bill receivables. However, For bills, we know that it's not necessary that we keep bills with us. We can endorse them, we can get them discounted. So when we look in the books of Y company, they have only 300 rupees of bill receivables, which means that common bills are of only 300 rupees. So only 300 rupees of common bills will be cancelled. While passing adjustment entries, your debtors are of 2000. So common debtors and creditors, 2000 will be cancelled, and unrealized profit here in this question will be cancelled in the third entry. That is when we get our stock back. So this is the problem that we have already done from the point of view of liquidating company, that is selling company, vendor company. Let us revise the purchase consideration also, because this is a common thread. X Limited receives it, Y Limited pays it. So when we are to work in the books of Y company, they will be paying this consideration. So we need to know what it was. So let us revise, because a lot of days have passed in between. So they are being issued equity shares in Y Limited. So Y Limited is issuing 2,475 shares of 10 rupees to preference shareholders and 10,000 shares of 10 each to equity shareholders. So in all, 12,475 shares of 10 rupees have been issued. So we can now start with the journal entries in the books of Y Limited. So in the books of Y Limited, that is the purchasing company, let us prepare journal. Now we should remember that journal includes two set of entries. One is the entries for purchase of business. Second is the set of adjustment entries. In purchase of business, we have 6 entries. 3 main for acquiring business and its explanation, and 3 additional for additional transactions. So our first 3 entries are: number 1, acquiring the business. So first of all, they acquire the business and pass entry business purchase account debit. You are acquiring business as an asset. So business purchase account debit to liquidators of X Limited, because the company has a liquidator to whom the payments are made, and the liquidator is responsible for the settlement of accounts. So this is done. Now the next 2 entries are just the explanation of these two. To the liquidators of X Limited, the company is to issue these many shares at par. That's it. So the payment shall be made to liquidators as liquidators of X Limited debit to equity share capital account. So this is given in the form of shares, and in the narration you can note down 12,475 shares of 10 rupees each. Third entry is for explaining business. So when we say business is acquired, then what exactly is acquired by the company? So they acquired various assets, and while acquiring, as per the question, what we find that land and building has been valued at 40,000. Plant and machinery has been valued at 1 lakh. Furniture has been valued at 3,000. Trademarks are taken to be valueless. So land and building, plant and machinery, furniture. Goodwill is not recorded right now, although they don't have any goodwill also. But goodwill is never recorded at the very first place, because goodwill is going to be the balancing figure in the entry. So trademarks are valueless, so we won't record them. Then you took over inventories. Now while recording the inventories, we know that out of the inventories, purchasing company is getting some of its old stock sold to this company back. So their unrealized profit of 200 rupees is to be deducted. So inventories are now taken at 38,200 rupees. Okay. Then you have debtors. So you will first be recording complete amount of debtors and bill receivables, and later on these are cancelled as a part of your adjustment entry. Bill receivables are not there, we shouldn't have written it. Then you have bank. So regarding the bank, you are taking over full amount because we leave amount for the payments to be made by the liquidating company, if any. Nothing is here in this case, so full amount is taken over. So all these assets are taken up. Then you have various liabilities being taken up. So they are taking up 10% debentures, they are taking up creditors, they are taking up bills payable. So amount is 15,000, 4350, 3,000. This all is against business purchase. So business purchase account, right? So business purchase was 1,24,750. Now we are to balance the entry. So these are the assets minus of these liabilities taken up against this business purchase. So total of the debit and the credit side, the difference will be either a profit or a loss. Profit is recorded in the capital reserve and loss is recorded in the goodwill. So getting the difference, so it is coming out to be, so we will total up. So it is coming here 52,810. So being a profit, it will be transferred to capital reserve. So these are the three main entries. Now we are to pass three additional entries which may be resulting from the whole amalgamation or absorption. Number one is if they pay any expenses of the winding up company, of the selling vendor company. So we are given that they paid their cost of liquidation of 4,500. So when they pay for the other company, it is recorded as goodwill account debit to bank account 4,500. So this is paid. Then you are to record their own expenses, if any, paid by the company. So Y Limited is an existing company, it doesn't have any preliminary expenses right now. Then you are to make provision for the statutory reserve, which in this case was export profit reserve. So we shall be passing entry amalgamation adjustment account debit to statutory reserve by the name export profit reserve. So you are to create this reserve if you want to keep on taking the benefit. Otherwise, if we do not maintain this statutory reserve, then this purchasing company is bound to pay the tax liabilities. They won't get any benefit, plus the benefit which was taken up by the previous company, that will also be cancelled. So then Y Limited will have to pay the tax benefits availed by X Limited also. So we are to maintain statutory reserves. So we create them through adjustment account. This will appear in the miscellaneous part, other assets, and export profit reserve will be taken in the reserves. Once that stipulated time is over, this entry is reversed. So both the accounts are cancelled at that time. So that completes additional. Now we are to record the adjustments. So adjustments were common debtors and creditors. So creditors account debit to debtors account for cancellation of debtors against creditors, 2,000 rupees. Then you have bill receivables and bills payable being cancelled. So liability being cancelled is debited, asset being cancelled is credited. So 300 rupees common bills. Are we given any other thing? Yes, we are given the debentures that you took over from X Limited. The debentures, 10% debentures are converted into equal number of 12% debentures. So these 10% debentures that Y Limited took over, these will be converted into, so debenture account debit 15,000 into 12% debentures account. So you can pass entry for this. So this way we have taken care of all the adjustments. So all adjustments and the main entries are to be recorded. Now in the adjustment, we are to pass a few entries on our own. The entries are, number one, we cannot have goodwill and capital reserve appearing together. in one balance sheet. So goodwill and capital reserve needs to be cancelled against each other even if your question is silent. So what we find here is we have a goodwill of 4500, we have a capital reserve of 52,810, then you have goodwill in the books of Y Limited also 750. So the total goodwill that this company is having 750 of its own and 4500 that they acquired by paying the expenses. So we need to cancel goodwill against the reserves. So capital reserve and goodwill both are reduced. So reserve being reduced is debited and goodwill being reduced is credited. And the amount is 4500 plus 750. So 5250 is the amount of goodwill being cancelled. So this will be cancelled. So now there won't be any goodwill and our capital reserve will be reduced by this amount. So this is how we pass entries. Again remember the sets because we cannot remember all the entries. So number 1, purchase of business, 3 main entries. Purchasing the business and then explaining these 2 accounts. Then you have 3 entries in the category of additional. Expenses of the other company, your own expenses and statutory reserves. Then what is left is the adjustments. So common debts, common stock, liabilities being paid off, debt, goodwill and capital reserve being cancelled. Likewise, if you have securities premium as well as discount, both will also be cancelled. So these are some of the entries that we will be doing. Now that completes the entry part and now we are to prepare the balance sheet. So remember, a balance sheet of a company is always in a standard format. And what is the format? This is the format. That is, in the balance sheet we have equities and liabilities. Number 1, you are to record shareholders funds, capital and reserve separately, non-current liabilities, current liabilities. Then you have non-current assets including tangible, intangible and investments and current assets. And all the amounts, remember all the amounts are to be shown through the notes. So our balance sheet will always be a compact balance sheet like this. So we can make this balance sheet of Y Limited as on 31st March 2017 as the date is given. So number 1, share capital. Give it a note number 1. Now notes to balance sheet are very important. Now what is the first note? That is share capital. Now we are to record capital as authorized, issued, subscribed, called and paid capital. We are not given authorized capital, so we can delete that. We can leave that. Now we are to give the issued, subscribed, called and paid equity capital. Because in this question we just have equity capital. So its own capital plus the new issues. So Y Limited was having, keep a track of the old balance sheets with you because this is ultimately the base. So now the new balance sheet is going to be the sum total of these things. Capital plus capital. Of course, this is not the capital that they are having. They issued them something else. So capital, reserves, these are not to be added because these are cancelled. Against this, something else might be there. Then non-current liabilities, current liabilities and everything. These will be clubbed. So Y Limited is having its own capital of 15,000 shares. So its own issued capital before absorption 15,000. Now plus share capital issued to X Limited. So through purchase consideration we know that they have been issued 12,475 shares of 10 rupees each. So 1,24,750. So keep track of all the transactions. If you have issued capital at some other place also, so you can add that. So we don't have any such thing right now. So this is the capital, 1,39,750. Next is reserves and surplus, number 2. So keep this balance sheet with you. Number 2, reserve and surplus. So this company is having some reserves plus it got some capital reserve on amalgamation. So capital reserve on absorption in this case. So do you remember the entries? Capital reserve was 52,810 and then you cancelled 5,250 out of this against goodwill. So 52,810 less goodwill cancelled 5,250. So it gives you 60, 47,560. Now this company is having its own general reserve 4350. It is having its own surplus. So this is the amount of Y Limited, its own amount, right? So this is all that this company is having. Then when they acquired the other company, we must remember export profit reserve. They have created this reserve. So export profit reserve created now for 10,000. So that gives us a total of 62,570. So 62,570. Now non-current liabilities number 3. So we have 12% debentures, right? So the amount was 15,000 because the debentures were issued for the same amount. So we will explain it through number 3, non-current liabilities. 12% debentures issued to debenture holders of X Limited, 15,000 rupees. Now next is current liabilities, which includes accounts payable. We don't write creditors and bills payable separately, but we record it together, accounts payable. So non-current liabilities, which includes number 1, this is current liability number 1, accounts payable. So you have creditors of Y company 2490, of X company 4350. So a total is less common debt. So you had a common debt of 2,000. So 4,840. This is your creditors. And then you have second part, bills payable. So for Y company, the amount is nothing. For X company, the amount is 3,000. Out of this, of 300 stands cancelled, so 2,700. So 7,540. This is the total of the liabilities. Now coming to the assets, we have tangible, intangibles. So starting with the tangible assets. So number 5, because we are to record all the assets together, tangibles. So in the tangibles you have land and building, plant and machinery and furniture. So it includes land and building. For Y company, nothing. For X company, you acquired it and you valued it at 40,000. So you have 40,000 of land and building. Plant and machinery, Y company had nothing. X company, they got the land, plant and machinery and they valued it at 1 lakh. So amount is 1 lakh. Then you have furniture. Y company 2250. X company, so they acquired how much? 3,000. They valued it at 3,000. So 5250. So that makes it 1,45,250. So tangibles 1,45,250. Next is intangibles. Now in the intangibles, So what do we have here in the intangibles? Just remember to make the notes. Sixth point, keep track of the balance sheet. So in the balance sheet we have intangibles, goodwill 750, but it was cancelled. Okay, so we can write goodwill 750 plus goodwill on absorption, that was 4500 because you paid for the expenses, 5250, less amount written off against capital reserve. So the whole of the amount is written off, so nothing is left. Then you have trademarks, they are valueless, so nothing in the intangibles, leave it. In non-current investments are not there, so just leave it. Inventories, so seventh, inventories. So for Y company, inventories are 15,030. For X company, they acquired 38,200. They cancelled 200 rupees of unearned profit here. So the total inventories are 53,230. So inventories 53,230. Right. Now eighth is trade receivables. Now trade receivables includes two things. Debtors. So debtors for Y company, their own debtors are 3510, and for X company they acquired 12,020. So 15,530 less common debt 2,000, so 13,530. Next is bill receivables. Y company has 300, nothing of X company, less common bills 300, so nothing here. That means 13,530 is the accounts receivables. 13,530. Cash and cash equivalents. So ninth is cash and cash equivalents. So Y company has 660, X company has 6690, 7350, less payments. So has this company paid anything? Yes, this company paid some expenses of the other company to the tune of 4,500. So you have 2,850 as the balance. So this is coming here. Now others. Others include remaining assets. So you have all the accumulated expenses coming here. So in case you have any expenses, so we had amalgamation adjustment account 10,000 because you created this reserve to meet with the income tax laws. So that is your other assets. So write it 10,000. So this is how we compile the balance sheet of the company. Now you can total up the balance sheets and verify whether your answer is correct. So 2,24,860. Right. So I hope you are getting to know the procedure of passing journal entries and preparing balance sheet in the books of purchasing company. So you are to record two sets of entries and then you are to make the balance sheet, but the balance sheet shall be prepared perfectly in the statement form, in the format given to us. Right. So all calculations will be done through the notes. So notes forms an integral part of your questions. Now you must be finding that the questions are a bit longer because when we prepare all the notes properly, then it is likely to take some time. So do practice a lot of questions to improve your speed. The questions do not have much of the adjustments as such, but we need to write everything. and that takes a lot of time. So do practice the questions and try to solve questions in the given format to the extent possible, because we might be in a position to write all the amounts directly and we may find that yes, we are able to do the question within the given time. But in reality, when we are sitting in the exam hall and we are to give all the notes and everything, then we need speed. So you need speed, you need accuracy. So try to solve questions as many as possible with the given formats. Thank you.